Yeah, we have one set up. We want to do this build up for the 86mm block. So we have things together: crankshaft, pistons, rings, bearings, rods, and some cheap rods are running, max speeding rods are. But them said rated to 800 horsepower. I don't know about that. I'm not gonna bank on that. I'm not gonna try to push the limits of that either. So just I'm gonna put the pistons and the rods, assemble the whole thing, put the bearings and everything together, and then shift over to the block. So put in the crankshaft. We need to also measure the bearings clearance. I saw something in the block that I need to investigate. So I'm gonna check it out and see what's happening with that. But this is it. These are the things that we're working with. So I'll go through, do a little time lapse, put on the rods on the piston and then set up everything else. Alright? Alright, so first problem we encounter: the pistons and the rods. They don't slide in comfortably. You can see a whole heap of overlap on the rods. Not so sure I can get anything to go inside the piston, so what I'm gonna do is use a grinder and sand down, see if I can evenly sand down the rod to kind of get them to be balanced on the inside. So I'm gonna try and see if I can modify the rod them so that they can work on pistons. We start set up the crank and never right. So I'm gonna try to get a GSR crank. On my way now to Velocity headquarters, I'll try to see if we can pick up one. There's one there, so I'm gonna try to see if we can get see if we can try at least complete the lower half and be done with it. And then, as I said, we'll progress and then we'll start with the other stuff. But we'll finish the lower half today. So that's what we're going to deal with right now. Go back to shop, go finish fit up or something, yeah? Alright guys, so see it now. Just come pick it up. I'm going to wash it off and fit up. Alright guys, so start down the caps for one reason. We're going to check the clearance on journal 1, 2, and 3 just to make sure everything alright. So there are plastic gauge pieces underneath the crank. Here, cleavite plastic gauge, and when let's go undo them now and check the clearance. So I'm supposed to get somewhere between 0.25 and 0.3 for okay clearance for this motor. So I'll do that now. I'll check it. 0.38, 0.3. I'll check on this one. It's more look like 0.3 instead of 0.5. There's that 0.3. This one is messed up. I'll check on the crankshaft now. 0.3. 0.3. Oh, this one. 0.3 and 0.3. Our number one never give a good reading, but I just send it here, man. So far the concerns they had don't look too bad and can work. The one that was really bad was this one. Journal 2. But we're on journal 2. But we're gonna work with it soon. Alright, so I clean up the bearings, clean up the crank. Machine chop up back. And Shana joke, you know. Alright guys, so it has a hurdle. So it looks like the crankshaft that I thought was a B18C crank turns out to be a LS crank. So I have 3 crankshafts now. I thought one was a 18C, 3 of them are LS. So I'm try to make some calls to see if we can find a B18C crank to work with the rods over there. Because this is not going to work. This is not going to work. Alright, so we get something positive. Alright guys, so I move forward a little bit, see where we can put on the pistons from the rods, and then from there slide everything into the block, and then we'll see what we have. Alright guys, so it's been 2 days since Saturday, since we started setting up the engine, and we just take a little break from it. You know, a lot of things that happen, especially on the Saturday night. The brain is start frazzle out and start to sound foolish. Give it a break Sunday, give it a break yesterday. Back on it now. Pressing piston number 1. We're in the number 4 now. But just before we finalize, before the pressing, decided so we're going to check the clearance. And good thing we did do that, because realized the rings were a little bit close. My hand on turn the engine. See the guys, my hand right now. So we'll slide in piston number 4 and then check it again, torque down slide in the piston, torque down the rod caps, and then we'll check the rotation of the engine. Smooth. Alright guys, so we're about 26 pounds on the rod cap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we never put the rest of stuff together. So we'll put the other pistons. These are high compression pistons themselves. So this will be 13.2 to 13.4. Depending on the how many times you deck the block or the head. Plus we're gonna run the new set of cams that we get. We have a different set of cams. We were told they were Pro 2s. When we checked with Skunk 2, they informed us that those cams are actually Tuner 3s. Alright guys, so where we left off, we got the squirters capped off. So I'm just gonna clean them up now, install them in the block, start with some cleaning up already for the backing plate, for the rear seal, and the pump. Where's the pump? Oh, it's the pump here. So we start cleaning up the pump already. Just put in a shim in here to increase oil pressure. Yeah, so the head in the car right now on the B16 block. So I'm gonna use that head on this engine. But one, now for park the car for at least a week, take it out, go back through the head. I think might find a way for just open the ports a little bit more so the head can flow a little better, and then from there we just put it on and put up back everything. I look for order the clutch sometime this, if not this week, early next week. Order the twin disc clutch. Alright guys, so see that now done. Put in the head stud them and everything. Oil pump gone on. Front seal gone on. Rear plate on as well. So kind of done, you know, just want to finish up things, but bigger than that, we have a modernization project we want to carry up on AG Civic, and that would include us installing this electric power steering pump. So we need for next week, we're going to need to find the fitting for this, and also a hose that can fit this, and then find a nice little spot underneath the bumper for mount it. I'm thinking on the driver side, which is the right side, that under there, right where the bumper is, on the chassis leg, we're going to cut out inside that firewall area. I'll cut out the area and then let the top of it come up. So I'll modify this bracket so it can bolt on the chassis leg and the top of it come through into the engine bay. And then we'll have the top one can throw in the fluids and everything. We'll go and research the wiring, what I want we need to wire this up. You can see some connections there, two connectors come out. I think we just need 2 wires from this one, and this goes to the battery and ground. And then what I might do is put it on a switch so it can activate after we start or on the time when we want to use it. So we can always turn it off when we want to, so it doesn't drain the battery, right? So we're gonna do that, and then next week, as we said, we're gonna put in this. After that, we might look at getting electronic AC compressor and see if we can modernize the EG SiR. So it takes less draw from the engine and we use more battery, but we can figure out that part there. But we want to free up the engine to get more horsepower with it and see how it really work out. So we'll go and do it. We'll work towards November. Alright guys, so stay tuned, stay focused. Thanks for subscribing and watching. Continue to do the good things.